The following may contain language which will be offensive to some people and inappropriate for children. Still here? Then pour your favorite beverage and let's get this fucking show started.
Fantastic Forum, assemble! You are watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books, and we need to take off our overlay. There we go. Good job.
Now you're watching.
Now you're watching Fantastic Forum, the premier show about comic books, and your weekly conversation about entertainment and geek culture. We are the Fantastic Forum, coming to you live and direct from Fantastic Forum Studios, Los Angeles. Hope you're having a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, or night, as the case may be, depending on where you are in the world. And if you're not, you should stick with us to help you take it up a notch. You have the usual suspects in the building. First, he is our riddle inside of an enigma trapped in Chinese finger cuffs. You don't know him, you love him anyway. He's our silent assassin, Jay.
Hey, what's up?
Next, he's our intrepid senior reporter. He's next in line for Cal. He's our resident Dark Knight detective. It's Oz.
We'll figure it out someday. I swear. I think we're almost there.
We're on the
15 years at this, and we're getting there. We're inch by inch.
Oh, step by step. Next,
Where's oh, sorry.
And step backwards.
he's the backbone, the pillar, the strength of Fantastic Forum, our nigh invulnerable brawler and resident strongman, Moses Magna.
Yeah, we're 3/4 of the way there.
There it is.
What I was trying to say.
And that's for myself. My name is Lawrence Young. They call me Mary Young. Welcome to Fantastic Forum. We got a great show for you today. We are going to be talking to you all about Marvel Studios' What If. So we'll be talking about that new series, give you a bit of a review, and hopefully hear some of your opinions on what you think of the show thus far. Also, we're going to be reviewing Sinister War, the latest Spiderman comic book event. So we're going to be talking about that as well. And of course, the latest and greatest in comic book news and whatever else it is that you all want to talk about. So we'll tell you how it is you can get down with Fantastic Forum in just a moment. But first, we want to make sure that we thank Mr. Scott Rubin, who without him, this whole show wouldn't be possible. So thank you, Scott Rubin. Hope you're doing all right. Good, sir. So, yeah, let's tell you how it is that we can get down, or how you can get down with Fantastic Forum. Here's how.
Want to get in on the action? Call Fantastic Forum on Skype and join the fun. Too shy to call in? Okay. You can join the Discord chat room available at
FantasticForum.live.
Join the party. You know you want to.
There you go. Thank you, intern. Appreciate all your hard work. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to it. Right? Wait, am I forgetting something? I feel like I'm forgetting something. What am I forgetting, Moses?
You're forgetting the preamble.
Is that like a pledge or preamble?
No, like we're like, hey, what's up, guys? You know, so that we go into the reviews naturally.
Oh, got you. Just like, you know.
And the chat, like, you can get to us in chat, like.
Right, that's what it is. I think that's what it is. Like, yeah, get with us in the chat. That's all, folks. Yeah. We'll take your comments directly out of chat and bring them into the show, such as insert witty chat comment here, please, Jay.
Tiger Claw says, "What's up, Fantastic Forum? Did you guys see Free Guy over the last week? One of you guys said it would flop, but that wasn't the case, as it did really well."
Did one of us say Free Guy would flop?
I said that. I'll own it.
Is 51 million for the weekend a success?
Now?
In 1967.
Oh, dude.
I mean, if we're comparing it to the Suicide Squad, right? But not like Kong versus whoever, or even Black Widow.
What? Why do you say an even Black Widow? Like,
because those numbers were skewed. heavily.
Why are they skewed?
They added the premium viewership that they charge. They added like 60 million to those numbers. Like it's artificially inflating it.
Listen, don't hate on Marvel movies because DC's garbage. Like it's like the weekend box office for Black Widow was fantastic. It was like the biggest box office over the whole summer.
Really, it beat Fast and Furious.
I don't know that.
Did it?
It might have.
No, it didn't. No.
What was the global take for Fast and Furious?
It was like 600 million. Hold on.
Over the weekend? Over the first weekend? I'm talking about opening weekend. That's what we were just talking about, right?
Hold on. I can't type that fast.
I'm just saying, it was 600 million is what Fast and Furious did over the opening weekend. Is what you think?
No, that's the total.
Okay, to date.
Okay, yeah. Opening weekend 70.
Okay, and what did Black Widow do globally?
It's globally. Okay. Hold on, I think that's just U.S. numbers. Hey, look, I wasn't prepared for this nonsense.
I'm just.
I'm over here thinking, we're gonna talk comic books.
We're talking,
and you start bringing in movie crap again. You know, I don't. What are we doing here, guys?
I'm pretty sure
a comic book show.
Black Widow's global box office was like 80 million.
I doubt
it. Well, look. Luckily, you have a computation device.
Why am I getting Time Magazine? I don't.
All of a sudden, he doesn't know how to find global box office.
Warner Brothers. They know you're the demographic. You're above 50 now.
Let's see.
You're a Warner Brothers fan above 50.
Isn't Tyler Claw a producer? Shouldn't he have?
Or he got a job because he likes to get paid. He doesn't do our news stuff anymore like he used to, or give us the numbers in real time.
I mean, he asked the question, right? He set up this segment.
Yeah, but that's the thing is he has a job now, so he doesn't produce. Usually, he used to rattle out. He could tell Tiger Claw, find me this. Like before there was Hey Siri or Alexa or Google Assistant, this and there was Tiger Claw. What did Fantabulous Harley Quinn do on a Thursday of October 13th? And we'd have it within 30 seconds. If that's if he wasn't listening.
Okay, look, for some reason, I can only get domestic or go country by country.
Oh, sure.
Well, just do the math. I got the calculator.
Okay, let's just take my word for it.
Look, domestically, it's 70. That's just domestic.
So Black Widow got as much as Fast and the Furious globally than just domestic.
Black Widow made 70 worldwide.
But you just said he did 70 domestic.
Yeah.
But you just said globally, Fast and Furious did 70 million.
No. Domestic. That's all I can get unless I go country by country.
Well, do the math. I have a calculator sound effect.
You know how many countries there are?
Like 3?
Man, I should click worldwide, huh? And now it's a ranked system.
It's okay.
Box Office Mojo sucks. Where do I need to go to get these numbers? Produce. I'll Venmo you $1.
But Free Guy, like that's not a bad box office take.
Nah, it's not a bad box office take. But honestly, I didn't meet anybody in my run-ins with people that said, "Oh, I can't wait for Free Guy."
Yeah, it's not. I don't think of it as like a movie that's like. I've been sitting here waiting for Free Guy to come out. Like I think it looks fun, and I would definitely watch it if, I felt movie theaters were safe to attend.
And while we're on the subject of movies, and we did review Suicide Squad last week, it's a weird thing. I think Suicide Squad is the Three Stooges of superhero movies because a lot of our female fans and followers and stuff on social media, like they didn't like Suicide Squad.
Oh no.
Suicide
No.
or the Suicide Squad.
The Suicide Squad. The Suicide Squad. And I think that's probably it. They don't like the in the title.
It's the turn off.
Well, 2/3 of that is he. So out.
It's weird. It's a weird dynamic that I wish I want to explore further, but we don't have time to today because we are going into a review of what are we doing first?
Well, if I could go back to Free Guy real quick.
Oh, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched it. It was really good. Like, except for the message. It was like a really good movie.
What was the message?
Something about not being violent. Like, basically the whole thing is these people want to create a game where you're just watching NPCs do stuff and not like being violent, but then the big bad corporate guy wants the game to be violent. And so like the message is you don't have to make violent games. Like you could just make non-violent games, which anyone that plays video games know that they're there.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't like the message. It doesn't speak to me as a gamer. Seems kind of pathetic. And like, if we're still using the term normie, it's like an ultra normie kind of thing that you're trying to put out. But the movie is fun. I like the characters.
I didn't get that message at all.
Really?
Like I got the point of the movie that I got is that these two created artificial intelligence, and the dude corrupted it into something else to make money.
Right.
And they just wanted their artificial intelligence to kind of grow and see what happens to it, see where it goes.
Right. I swear I just said that.
You said it was about violence. Like violence could ensue in artificial intelligence. They're like trying to see how this thing evolves. And the actual point of the thing was that the big corporate guy stole it to make money, and they had to prove that and take it back.
And how did he do that, Oz? What was the part of the game that was making the money?
He purchased the licensing rights to it, but then he stole their code.
Like, the players were being violent and like killing. Like, was that part of the game?
Yeah, it's a part of every game.
No, it's not. That's some normie shit you just said, Oz.
I mean, Tiger Claw is in chat, and he does say, like, it says they do have a game like this. It's called The Sims. Like, The Sims isn't about violence unless it's psychological violence.
I mean,
I saw it more as, do we really exist? I mean, this whole universe could be a simulation. There's that theory, and how.
I mean,
what the best friend tells him when he's confronted with, what's the point if you know you're not real? And the way he answers the question was so profound. I heard it in Mo's voice.
Okay, like, believe me or don't, the message is there. Like, you might need to rewatch it and look for it, but it seems super obvious to me. Like because they actually do say it during the movie. Like they have characters actually say the message directly. But yeah, it's there.
It's a good movie, but I'm not watching that again.
I mean, I can see why you wouldn't. Like, it's fun the first time. I don't know how it'll hold up the second time. Like, I love the cameo. Like, that was just fun. That was just stupid fun for me.
What was the cameo?
It's not a spoiler. It's not a spoiler.
Okay, so basically, when a guy is fighting dude, he pulls out.
If you say why the cameo, like just say the actor's name. If you actually explain that, then now we're getting into spoiler territory.
Okay. So
Jay is-
Chris Evans shows up and says, "What the shit?"
Okay. All right.
So it's good. In
Yeah.
context, it's really funny.
No, normally,
$1 million box office for that cameo.
normally, I don't care about spoilers, but that moment, that joke, that everything that happens up to that point is just amazing to watch. And I don't care about spoilers normally, but this time, you know what? I think people would enjoy it not knowing.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks for that, Oz.
Hey,
Joe,
I'm here to
Joe,
protect
you're the
you.
enemy of fun, Jay.
I mean, you asked me what the cameo was. I was telling you what the cameo was.
Thank you, Jay.
You know what? Every other time I try to do that, just like put the bare basics out, you guys will like pressure me for like details. It's
Yeah.
like that happened when I was talking about that one movie. Fuck, I can't remember the name of
It
it.
happens when you do anything, really. It's like when you laugh in the corner when we're having a meeting. We're like, what's so funny, Jay? Give us details. I want to laugh too.
Yeah, it's okay. What are we doing first?
I got to wish you a happy birthday, even though it's late.
Yeah,
thank
yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Not just my birthday, also Steven Universe's birthday.
Yeah, but he's not my friend.
He's not,
Dang.
but I like to mention it. Like, it's fun. Like, I bought a ukulele.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. I was trying to accidentally buy one, but Emily gave me a look.
Well, now's a good time. They're on sale.
Yeah.
I bought a cool little concert electric / acoustic
Oh, that's tight.
ukulele.
How much was that?
$30 off. It was like $89.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
130.
Dang. That's tight. I was gonna get like a heavy metal guitar looking one, like that type of design.
A heavy metal guitar looking ukulele?
Yeah, like an Explorer guitar design or a like Dimebag Darrell's guitar design. He's got a specific design.
You have one with 2 necks.
Yeah.
Tiger Claw says Robert Redford also had a birthday. He's 85.
I guess that counts.
On your
Jennifer
day?
Lawrence
On
had
your
her
birthday?
Oh, yeah.
He's also Hydra, so we don't talk about him.
Yeah. Hail Hydra.
Wait, on your birthday?
We don't know that. We don't know that Tiger Claw knows that's that. Like he's thinking that it's today, probably.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
But Jennifer Lawrence's birthday is on my birthday.
No, okay. I can see
Like
why you
Emily,
would highlight that over Steven Universe.
Emily's birthday was
All right.
today, kinda.
It was today, kinda. What's that?
Yeah, I took the
Happy
day off of work
birthday,
today.
Emily.
Joe says, "Happy birthday, baby."
Happy birthday, I believe.
He said, "Thank you."
And tomorrow is Xavier's birthday.
Who? Jesus? I thought that was Christmas.
No, no, that's just when we celebrate. It's not his birthday. It's not on Christmas.
No, when is it?
It's like in April, I think.
Yeah.
Or somewhere
Makes
around the spring.
It's the whole month.
It's the same birthday as Hitler.
15th?
20th.
Oh, you said, Savior.
No, Savior that was on the show a few weeks back. Friend of the show. Or a friend of me, at least.
I think we could call him a friend of the show.
I don't know, man. He says we get boring pretty often.
Look,
We sit there and talk about people's birthdays and nobody knows.
that's why Jay feels the same way.
Yeah, that's why they get along so well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Y'all get bored sometimes. It's like, you're on the show, Jay.
They're like,
You
It turns out we have a Fantastic Forum fan club with 0 members, and we have a Fantastic Forum fan club with 2 members. We got 4 members in the Fantastic Forum club.
We also have a Discord, but there's only like 4 members right now. So if you want to join our Discord, it's out there.
I should check that.
He said it's out there.
Yeah, you told us it wasn't ready last time we checked, and then now
technically it is not ready. But if people are going there, that will help it be ready.
You got to send me the invite link. I got to get on it because technically that's where we could do our pre-production type of.
You already joined. You joined like a few months ago.
Oh, all right. I'll get on it then.
It's like the anti-Field of Dreams. Like if you come, we might build it. If you come, we might build it.
Well, that's kind of like our whole career here.
Yeah, exactly. Right. If you come, we might build it. Come on now. Like it'll get. Look, if y'all show us some interest, we'll get better. We promise. No.
Don't be making promises we can't keep.
This is why we keep the bar so low, so that if you do show up, we're like, oh damn, we might have to pick our game up. All right, everybody, make sure you read the book this week, okay? Read the book.
In most
cases, talk about it.
In most cases, a low bar is like, but if we're talking about Limbo,
right?
That's amazing if you can hit the low bar.
Bam, baby! Fantastic Forum. We're the Limbo podcast.
Yeah,
I can do it as long as there's no hot chicks around
or hot dudes.
Whatever gets us viewers, listeners.
Are we ready for this review?
Yeah. Let's talk about What If first.
Theater, comic book theater.
Theater, comic book theater. All right. So, gents, we are talking about the new Marvel series only on Disney Plus, What If? And so far, 2 episodes have been released. And What If follows the same premise as well. And also, I should mention, it's Marvel Studios' first animated series. So
is it?
It's not.
Yeah. What?
I thought all the hero stuff was Marvel Studios.
Yeah, Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Marvel
Green and the X-Men.
That's not Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
Look, there wasn't even any Marvel Studios when Wolverine and X-Men came out.
All right, you don't remember? I guess you don't remember our sit down at the press table with Marvel Studios when we're discussing stuff back in the day.
I mean, we had, but listen, I know Marvel made it, but it wasn't the same studio, right?
It was called Marvel Entertainment then, but it's still the same studios.
No, it's not. Like, why are we even having this conversation? Look, it doesn't have the same name. It's not the same people. Like, what are you talking about right now? Why is this happening? Why are we pushing?
I did think Feige.
Let's move on. It's like, what? You all said like I brought it up. I'm giving the people correct information, and y'all like just tossing out some BS, and then you're like, man, why are you always prolonging the show?
Yeah,
why don't you just get to it? It's like,
just listen to what I say, and
I wasn't the one that tried to correct me with some nonsense. What? No,
you okay, Tiger Claw, buddy?
Whoa! I look up and there's a wall of text.
Yeah, he's like doing the same thing. I finally saw the 2 episodes of What If. Gotta say the animation is really good. Both the episodes were great, but episode was way better.
I think you forgot to put a number there.
2.
It's the same message.
Oh no, yeah, it's the same message. There's
Oh.
no. Oh, but episode 2 was way better. He got it on the third one.
Oh, that's why those messages are slightly different. I
Right.
got you. Okay. So yeah. Okay.
He also says we just saw a side of Thanos we never seen. And yeah,
I didn't.
yeah, that's look, we'll get to that later.
Okay. Let's get to it later then. What if animated series?
Hold on. Marvel Studios animated Spider-Man Unlimited, Avengers United They Stand, X-Men Evolution, Fantastic Four World's Greatest Heroes, Wolverine and the X-Men, MODOK.
And who made it? And who made it?
Marvel Studios.
About Feige. He's talking about just stuff Feige produced.
Oh, I thought he said Marvel Studios.
That's
No,
what he said, but that's not what he meant.
Okay. Well, hey, I'm just making sure we're accurate.
Yeah, no, next time he'll tell you when you ask him what's wrong, he'll just say, I'm fine.
So he didn't explain it right.
Right.
I love the internet. Okay. No, go ahead.
This fool could find a whole list of defunct Marvel animated shows, but he's like, I don't know how to find a box office take for Black Widow.
And MODOK isn't defunct.
Global, you said? Global?
Hitmonkey's not even out yet.
What If follows the same premise as the comic, except it takes its cues from the MCU continuity as opposed to the comic book continuity, and basically
it's a lot more tame, isn't it?
It's a lot more tame.
Yeah, but we'll get to that later.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know that you can say that only because
No, we'll get to that later, Larry.
What?
I gave you the out so that we don't have to discuss that yet, because that's part of my review.
Oh, okay.
Well, and Joe's review too.
Listen.
I'm just asking a question, like,
What
because
if?
I'm the kind of guy that watches TV as it comes.
Yeah.
So I don't know what stories are gonna do, but I know the comic would explore many things, and some of the best, in my opinion, were when they were like from the bad guy's perspective.
Right.
Like, what if someone had won this or
Yeah.
like won
But
that?
We'll get to that later.
Okay.
So what if?
Let's start over. I'll play the music again.
I know. What if it's going to explore the continuity of the MCU and slight things change and what happens from there? So, what did you all think of What If?
Right, and there's a reason why they're exploring the heroes, because it's leading up to the Guardians of the Multiverse. They're gonna Avengers this thing and all get together at the end, is what I've been reading anyway. I don't know if not necessarily how true that is. It makes sense. I mean, that's their formula, right? It worked. It worked once, twice. Why not do it again?
Why don't you tell us what you thought of it?
Yeah, go ahead, Oz. That's what you thought.
I liked it. The animation's a little weird. I didn't watch the second one. I just watched the first one, and it was a little bit floaty. And I think that has to do with the way they did it. If they did it the way I think they did, which is 3D animation with the 2D cell skinned over it, it was a little weird. You know, like a character looks and smiles, and like the mouth just kind of like floats up into place. It's a little weird, but it's not like too distracting. It's just the type of thing that I notice, so it bugs me. But I mean, they got most of the original cast. Whoever they couldn't get, they just killed off immediately, so you don't have to worry about them. And they told an interesting story. I like the first one. I like Captain Carter. I think the outfit was also done a little bit weird because it kind of looked like it was plate armor, like just a bubble. I don't know if that was on purpose or not. Maybe it seemed like they're trying to make it look like a knight or something. But either way, the episode was good. I liked it. I can't wait to watch the next one. I'm probably watch that tomorrow morning, and it looks like it's going to be a good series.
Cool. Oz, Mo, what you think?
I enjoyed it a lot. I see what Oz was kind of talking about, the floatiness. It almost looks like rotoscope, like they got the actual actors and animated around them, but it wasn't the case because it wasn't as floaty as that. But I didn't bug me too much because where they kind of had issues in that animation, they made up for in the action scenes, and that like, man, it was tight. I love Agent Carter. Like, I liked her series, and I like seeing her here. And I like the costume, even like the plate armor thing. It was very reminiscent of Captain Britain. And they didn't call her Captain Britain because we might be getting Captain Britain in the MCU. That's my fan theory.
I think she's gonna start the what do they call them? The Captain Britain Corps.
No. That's not it. I don't think she's even like. I don't think she's gonna come out beyond this. I don't think, but because they had her series. It was they already tested it, and they got rid of it. So they might bring her back in something else, maybe a third season of that. That show was good, and it laid the groundwork for a lot of the stuff. Like even better than like an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. type of thing. It kind of reminded that series. Look, Larry, you're probably gonna look at me all weird when I say this, but that series was almost like Jonathan Hickman's S.H.I.E.L.D. That like S.H.I.E.L.D. from 400 years ago. Like, yeah, that's exactly how. It's like I didn't want to tell Larry that while I was like cutting his hair because I might mess it up when he does that jerk move.
Big scar.
Because, it's nowhere near as like grandiose as Hickman's work, but it does remind me of that, like what they did with her, and that place for her and that place within the MCU was perfect. I know there's fans clamoring for a cinematic Captain Carter thing, but I don't know. I'm just the enemy of humanity, a white cis male, and I want to see Haley Atwell with less clothes, not more clothes.
People think she's gonna show up in Multiverse of Madness.
She might, and that'd be cool. That'd be a cool place to see. But I like what she did as just a regular unpowered human as Spy. Like, I love that series. But again, it's a different universe. They could have both. They could have them both team up. Yeah.
I mean, if she came out live action, would she bulk up? Would they like reverse?
I don't think she'd even need to come out.
His eyes, like,
Yeah.
But hold on, let me stop.
That's the other thing. Fine.
Let's get Jay's
No,
take.
I'm muting. Okay.
Let's get Jay's take before we go too far. Like, Jay, what did you think of What If?
Oh, I liked it. I thought it was really good. Beautifully animated. Especially the action was like very well done. There's a scene where Captain Carter is like fighting airplanes, and it is just beautiful to watch. And like overall, I really enjoyed it. Like, especially the animation. I love the animation. Like, I was not predicting it would be good, and it ended up being great.
Cool.
You gotta let me read Tire Claw's comment. Tire Claw in chat says the What If series is merely focused on MCU stuff, son. Don't expect anything from What If comics.
Well, we knew that. They did mention that.
Yeah, no, we did say that, or at least I tried to say it at the top of the show. Tire Claw maybe couldn't hear me through all the interruptions.
I just want to hear Tire Claw trying to sound hard.
There it is.
Well, no, wait, hold on. Trying to sound hard, like street hard, not like, letting the. What are we talking about?
We're still talking about What If. I liked it. Even
What
though
if Tire Claw was hard?
No. I do like. I feel like I in regards to the animation itself, I fall somewhere in between how you all felt, because no, or maybe honestly, I might agree with Mo. Maybe Mo's where I'm at too, where it's like it did like it looks a little weird sometimes, but the action is good. And I do believe it probably would have been better off if they just did like straight 2D animation, or actually maybe it's not straight 2D because I don't know. For all I know, it could be 2D animation and they just put like a cell shaded kind of overlay or something. I don't know, but that it doesn't work as well that style as I've seen it in some other places. But it's not like it's terrible. It's more than serviceable. And like I said, the action, I don't know. It does like it stands out when they use it for the action scenes for some reason. Yeah, but I overall liked it. I mean, I thought the stories were really good, both of them. I watched both episodes, and yeah, I really enjoyed the Captain Carter story, and the Star-Lord joint was really interesting too, especially considering like I think I enjoyed that much more than I did the Guardians movie.
Well, that one did the classic comic thing where spoilers at the end they show you what, because it's like the whole time I'm like, yeah, I'm getting this with T'Challa, but it's like, what about the real like celestial host or progeny, and then at the end they go, and then you hear Jeffrey Wright saying, well, that's a story for another time. And I'm like, oh, I can't, and that, usually with What If comics, sometimes you never even get them, but it's
Right.
like, they at least addressed it, and you're like, oh, yeah. And that like that one, and that's kind of where like when Joe says it was tame, it's like, yeah, they could have just not done that at all, but they did that, and I think we're gonna get a little more of that stuff as the episodes come out. They in the T'Challa one, we did see that weird new side of Thanos that most people hadn't seen, and it was all right. I liked it. Yeah, they got a lot of that one had every cast member except for Benicio del Toro, which they got him to do the Collector, but he forgot what accent he used to do the voice of the Collector because it didn't sound like Benicio del Toro at all, and it didn't sound like the Collector from the movie at all.
Half his performance was visual. He's like,
yeah, he was just happy to play a buff guy finally.
yeah, it's interesting because the Collector, like, I feel like, huh?
Ashuma Gorath was in Captain Carter.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
Wait, say what?
That's what people are saying.
Mm-hmm. No, that's
right. It was the wrong color though.
But it was because of the light from the Power Stone or Space Stone.
I think so. I think it was supposed to be Shimgorath.
Yeah. And it's also that universe is Shemaggorath too.
Aren't there
different color?
Aren't there like a bunch of tentacle creatures in the plane of existence that Shimagora shares?
Yeah. But he did the thing where he made the noise and it drove people like a little nutty.
I felt like it was cool too because that, like, we saw Hydra like trying to bring that whole thing into existence, like with the portal and all that kind of stuff. And it was like that was cool because that was something that they touched on as like the mission for, or not touched on, but that was like a whole story point in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. as well.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool, like the parallels there. I really enjoyed that.
Tiger Claw is asking if that tentacle monster in episode 1 came from the Cancer verse, and no, the Shimaggorath it's a different verse, right?
Yeah,
I forget the name of it.
I don't think they tell us the name of it
in the comics. It has a name. I know it has a name. I just don't remember it.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, I guess I'm the Marvel expert. Yeah,
Oh,
you're
no,
right. I
yeah,
didn't take enough
you
notes.
know the name.
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't even find the global box office or Black Widow. That you definitely can't be the Marvel expert.
The one thing I can't tell you about this is when I was listening, they're trying to do the Guardians of the Multiverse type thing. I'm leaning more towards Secret Wars.
Like 2015 Secret Wars.
It's something similar to that. They had the more multiversal slant to it,
Mm-hmm.
but at this point, they can actually mix it with the original in terms of the concept, and then kind of do something similar to the 2015 one.
That's true. Yeah, it would be interesting to see, what they do. It's interesting because I know for me, I guess my whole thing was more so like, okay, we're only 2 episodes in, so whether we're talking like they very well might, it would not surprise me if all the stories did end up connecting, um, somehow, but at the same time, I'm not, at this point in the story, I'm not necessarily like looking for that or feeling like, okay, well, obviously that's the case based on what we've seen, because I don't feel like the two stories connect.
Oh no! I'm thinking that that's what the cinematic universe, the whole thing, is going towards.
I mean, no, I hear you. Um, yeah, I'm just saying that the What If series, like, it may not all connect. Also, too, I don't know that it's not gonna get darker. You know, I
Mhm.
mean, it hasn't yet, but at the same time, I mean, given the stories that we were being told, it's not necessarily time for it to get dark. At the very least, we know that we got Marvel Zombies at some point. Like
Yeah.
that could be like the make or, well, not make or break, but that could be the telltale kind of thing. Like if Marvel Zombies feels light, then yeah, you're probably right. Then they're probably not going to go heavy, because a whole world of dead superheroes, like, or undead superheroes, is probably the place where you get dark if you're going to do it right. So yeah, but we'll have
Tigerclaw
to.
asked if you think we'll see Marvel Apes.
No, I don't think that at all. Look, I guess it's possible, but listen, I feel like if the MCU was a bit gun shy about putting Umbaku in like a gorilla costume, I don't know if they're gonna just make them apes, but maybe they will. I don't know.
Well, if everybody's apes, then it's different.
Mm, you would think
Is
so
it though?
until it's ape Luke Cage, and then they're like, mother.
Yeah, but I mean, like if Captain America is an ape, because they had like jail ape too, yeah.
Yeah.
So and it's like everybody was just apes. Although there's no black people in the JLA at that point.
Oh, well, you don't ever get no ape cyborg, huh?
Yeah. Back then, no. Back then it was all white JLA.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, I will, I will say that,
Read it. If it's funny, read it.
No, you mentioned Ape Cyborg, and I was trying to remember if there was an Ape Cyborg. And in Teen Titans Go, there's an episode where Beast Boy turns into a gorilla, and he basically stops listening to Robin, and it makes the other Titans kind of go wild too, except Cyborg. So we have all the Titans acting like gorillas except Cyborg. And that just hit me as funny now that we're talking about like how you can't make black people into gorillas.
makes sense to me. Right. Let's steer clear of that one if we can, right? Like, but yeah. Uh, what are you all hoping, or maybe either what are you hoping to see next as far as what ifs, or what do you know about as far as an episode that you're looking most forward to?
I have no idea. Like this one, you know me. The whole time we've been talking about these fucking Disney Plus series for what 2 years now,
Yeah.
and I had no faith in any of them. And
Right.
so whenever the animated one, I had even less. So now it's like, well, I should have paid more close attention to what they were doing. And maybe for pre-production purposes, I should have looked up at what we have coming down the pipe, but I didn't. So
I don't
I'm
know
just
that they've
taking it as
necessarily said. I think all it is from just the previews.
yeah. But I haven't even seen that. I didn't see the trailer. I didn't see none of that because
Oh,
I'm like I don't, I'm like I got no faith in this. Then with Loki, I started like going into it. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be good after Winter Soldier and WandaVision. So I'm like, well, let. So with What If, it's like, okay, yeah, I didn't watch it when the first episode came out, but I'm like, all right, it's time to watch this new series, and we're gonna talk
right.
about it. So. But I mean, I enjoyed the 2 episodes. I even enjoyed like it's easy to just put like a T'Challa into like the Ravagers instead of Star-Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But having how like his personality and the type of person he is would change what the Ravagers would kind of become
Right.
was really interesting. And that alone was a really like that gave that episode 4 points out of 5.
Yeah.
And then just seeing, the triple cross in the story. And it's like, they do a complex story in a concise manner and then still give me the Star-Lord Ego family reunion at the end as like a teaser for a potential what if that is basically just going to might just be like, what if we actually made this episode? Yeah, because it's not, they might not even make it. That's just like how the comic was. Like they would just tease shit that would probably never happen. Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, so far I'm enjoying these, but as far as the future goes, I'm like, I'm interested to see what they do with Spider-Man. A what if with that? Like, what if he didn't give a fuck about Tony Stark? Or
There's an image of Spider-Man with Doctor Strange's cloak of makes him fly stuff.
Yeah.
What I learned from the first episode of What If is that Marvel Studios has wasted an hour and a half of my time because they did that whole first Avenger movie in 30 minutes. Like practically shot for shot.
But it was different.
Not only is it different, but you can do it in the 30 or 45 minutes because you saw the hour and a half movie.
Yeah.
I feel like, don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm sure that if you've never seen First Avenger and you just watched that movie, or watch that episode, you would still, get and appreciate it for what it is, but it doesn't hold the same kind of weight, I don't think.
Oh, because it's a woman? I got you.
No, see what you did?
What was T'Challa's name? Was it like Black Lord?
No, it was Star-Lord.
Panther? Oh.
Why would he be Black Lord? Like, what? Why in the world would his name be anything but Star-Lord?
I also said Star Panther, but you guys stepped on that.
Why would it be Star Panther?
Because he's Black Panther, but he's Star-Lord. I'm like taking two things.
Is he Black Panther?
Can he be Star Black?
Wait, can you put that? Can
Star Panther is badass. If he gets the Black Panther outfit, but he's in space, dude.
Can you put that Hecht comment? That was a Black Lord. Black Lord. That's hilarious. Oh, jeez, man. No, it was interesting because there was a part of me when I was like, oh, it didn't occur to me. Like I saw the preview and that, you had T'Challa as a Ravager being Star-Lord or whatever. But there was a point where I was like, oh, Ta-Nehisi Coates did do that whole like intergalactic Black Panther, like, intergalactic, like Wakandan kind of thing. And I was like, man, I wonder if they're gonna try to do that in this at all or touch on that. And they didn't, so I was a little bit happy about that. But
Yeah.
I was just like, oh, like for a second I was like, oh, is that what they're gonna try to do? But it was interesting, like, to see not only the parallels, but more than anything the differences. And it's like, okay, if it was T'Challa in place of Peter Quill, how different things go.
Yeah. And the whole episode, I kept thinking, like, well, what I find interesting, like, yeah, this is cool, but what I want to know is, like, what Peter Quill's life has been like. Because, he had the whole chip on his shoulder. And look, I don't even like MCU Peter Quill like that, but they made it, they put him in enough shit to make me give a fuck about him. Right. Where it's like, what, all the music and everything. And then they paid it off at the end. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Also,
I wonder.
Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that another thing that at least I know that I have to mention is friggin' Jeffrey Wright as Uatu, man.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know that that's what the Watcher is supposed to sound like, but now I do. But I was like, okay. Anytime I'll read a comic book now, I'm gonna hear this fool's voice. Like, it sounds, it's like so perfect.
Yeah. I always read him in Stan Lee's voice.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the wrong thing to do.
It is now.
No, but it is, like, even like back in the old Fantastic Four cartoons, you realize that the narration is Stan Lee's voice, and then the Watcher has his own voice. Yeah. Because the way, like, those old Fantastic Four cartoons, they would, like, you would have, like, the caption box, but audio, as, like, you're seeing scenes of the city and then peeking in on the lives of the Fantastic Four in their newest adventure, and it was Stan Lee's voice.
Yeah.
Tiger Claw asks, what if you had the Watcher as voiced by Idris Elba?
Nah, that's not.
Wouldn't be as good.
Nah. Jeffrey Wright is.
Oh, say again, Mo?
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright is it. Like, they got lightning in a bottle. They can, like, this motherfucker can now, like, they'll, if they ever have to do Watcher stuff, he's it. They can't change it.
Only because they couldn't get Morgan Freeman.
But I don't think even Morgan Freeman will work as good as Jeffrey Wright does.
It would.
Because Jeffrey Wright is, like, well, to me, I'm a Jeffrey Wright fan.
Yeah.
So to me, he is like a specific dude. Like, if you watch Boardwalk Empire with him in it, and he's like this godfather, and he's just this, he's got gravitas. And I don't know what gravitas is. I just hear actors use it.
Well,
but he's got it.
It's not it's Graviton is the guy.
Oh, Lord.
No.
It's Graviton.
He could play Graviton.
But, he's James Gordon.
Yeah, and that's, and look, you can go back. Tiger ain't gonna call me out on the comments like he did today with that, because when they told me, he's like, oh, he could do it. Like, he's like, just how the Gary Oldman, like, they should edit him into the Nolan ones instead of Gary Oldman. And I love Gary Oldman, yeah, but I think Jeffrey Wright's gonna bring something to James Gordon that it's gonna feel more like the animated series almost. Like, that he could play the animated series Jim Gordon. Like, he just has that je ne sais quoi that cartoon Jim Gordon had. Because that, I mean, look, I'm assuming you guys think that was perfect, and I'm willing to bet my life that you'll agree with me.
Tiger Class, how about James Earl Jones as a Watcher?
No, man. Tiger Claw, man. We said Jeffrey Wright.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Wright. That's it.
I will say, if it wasn't Jeffrey Wright, Keith David would make a really good Watcher.
Look, that's another one. Yeah.
Keith David is a good second choice.
Yeah, look, I want to have Keith David and Jeffrey Wright have a talking like this contest. Yeah.
Heck says, "God damn, got Mo yelling up here."
Yeah, no, Jeffrey Wright, man. That Jeffrey Wright's the man. Like him as Watu's perfect. Like you can even just put the robe on him and I'll take it. Like he fits the part. He don't have that big baby head like that, but like fetal head. But he can look good in that costume just because he can embody what any character he plays on screen he can embody. So when it comes to the voice, he can embody even more because he'll imprint that image into your brain.
It's really good. I will also mention that they did come out with, or at least announce, a What If Marvel Legends line, and like we've seen most of the at this point in the 2 episodes we've seen most of the characters in that line. But Oz, you brought up the Spider-Man and the cape. That in the Marvel Legends line, I'm pretty sure that is it's called like Zombie Hunter Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's flip but magical.
Yeah, and who knows? Like it very well might be like Doctor Strange cape, and Strange is a zombie now, so Spider-Man's using it. I don't know, but
would that just make him Spawn?
Kinda. But also too, so like the rest of the line is literally like it's Sylvie, and then it's
pictures.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know if she's gonna be in the series as well, or if it's just like, well, hey, it's a variant of Loki, so that's like What If, I don't know. But Sylvie, and then you have the T'Challa, Star-Lord, and the Nebula, and there's Captain Carter, and then they have the Captain America zombie. They have that Spider-Man. And then there's a another Doctor Strange like character, which I don't know what kind of What If that is, but the fact is, it's like because all the other ones that we've seen already, maybe Marvel Zombies might be the next What If episode. I don't know. I'm sure it's out there information wise. I haven't looked it up. The Build-A-Figure is Uatu. And I don't like it.
It doesn't look like Jeffrey Wright.
Well, the body to head ratio is all messed up.
Yeah,
it's all messed up. I can. You want me to pull it up real quick?
Yeah, if you can. I
can pull it up real quick. Hold on.
The figures look pretty good, but I mean, honestly, like I would want to buy all of them, but the ones I would get right now would really just be like Captain Carter, and then if they had the like Steve Rogers Hydra Stomper, like that figure, that should have been the Build-A-Figure right there.
They have that.
Would have been cool.
You can get the Hydra Stomper.
You can.
Where?
Hold on, I'm looking it up because I saw it.
That's the Uatu Build-A-Figure.
Oh yeah.
And it's like head's
too
small, the body's too long.
Yeah, it's okay, but it's not like
And in the cartoon, we don't see enough of it of the Watcher, or haven't so far for it to be like, oh, it looks like this, and I don't like that.
And that's the thing. We saw the A Watcher. We don't know if it was Uatu, but we saw him in Guardians 2. And it looked like the comic one. So it's like all of a sudden this is gonna piss me off to the point where I love James Gunn Guardians. Like,
Hecht in chat says, Heist Nebula. Did she go, you son of a bitch, I'm in?
Almost.
I know, like might as well have.
Yeah, like she made T'Challa say, you son of a bitch, I'm in.
So the Hydra Stomper is twice the price of the other ones. It's $55.
Oh, that's nothing.
Where is it?
You're gonna have to look up. I'm finding it on different sites.
Yeah, link in the chat, man. Link in the chat.
I'm not in chat. Okay. Well, I got private chat, I guess.
Yeah, and then Joe can just paste it and put it.
Yeah. But I didn't even know they made it. Is it a Marvel Legend or is it something different?
Yeah, Marvel Legends. What if the Hydra Stomper?
Oh wow, that's cool.
Pre-order now. Comes with a jetpack and
Yeah.
That was actually a pretty cool thing they did there. Like, because it was one of those things where it was like, I know that in the MCU, you know, they do like show that Howard Stark was kind of playing with some of those like kind of plans to make the armor, but it's like, okay, he couldn't do it because he couldn't power it,
right?
And it's like, oh, all right, well, he was able to make it because he had the power source. Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, you can get it on Amazon. Quick, put our affiliate link or something.
They actually I gotta renew that because they kicked us off of Amazon.
Son of a
dang.
Because
they knew we were about to make all this.
Enough of you listeners weren't buying the shit we were talking about. Which means that why we have so few is because we only talk about what we like, not what you would like. But yeah, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Pre-orders from Entertainment Earth are always expensive, which is true, man. Or at least more expensive than anywhere else.
It's $52.99 on Amazon. That's the same price, isn't it?
I don't know.
It's like $3 off. And honestly, look, here's the thing. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks good. It just doesn't look as good as it looks in the show.
Mm-hmm.
And
X got his affiliate link on.
Yeah. Heck yeah. We'll put that,
send us a check back.
We'll put that in the description. Give Heck.rocks some cash.
So all in all, how'd you all feel about What If? You know, whether it be the first episodes, the first couple of episodes, what would you rate What Ifs thus far? Oz?
4.5. It was good, but whatever issues I have with them are minor and probably just me. I'm realizing most people don't care about the same things that I care about. So yeah, 4.5, man. Go check it out. If you already have Disney Plus, go check that out.
Mos Magnum, What If?
I would give it a 5. I enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed reading the comics, and I know Joe, you had your issues about it not being as tame, and I still want to hear those because I had a similar thought, but it wasn't enough to like make me not enjoy it like I enjoyed the comics. So I honestly wish this thing would go on aside from just because I know they're using the MCU as the framework, but I think they can just get crazy with it. Like hire me as a consultant, and I'll just sit in a room, smoke weed, and tell you like you know how they did was it King in Black? It's like, or what if everybody was Venom? You know, I can do that for you guys. You know, you can go back to the archives. I fix a lot of these universes by having my high thoughts. You know, shit. I was high as fuck, and I told Larry how I could have fixed the situation in Afghanistan.
It did happen.
Yeah. That's a show for another. In the words of Jeffrey Wright, that's a show for another day.
At least we don't have mean tweets anymore.
Jay, what'd you think of What If?
I liked it. I would say a 5 out of 5. Like what I meant by tame, I really was just referring to, like, are they gonna show like some what if the bad guy wins type shit? Like, it's easy to put good guys in different good guy positions. It's another thing to tell a story where the bad guy is your protagonist. And I just feel like Disney Even though it's Marvel, technically might be uneasy with telling that kind of story in their animated show. Like
I can see that.
like I was saying, we got like a bunch of like what if like this bad guy had won this thing or this bad guy did this, and I was just yeah, like that was my issue, my concern. Um and really that's just like yeah, like it kind of comes off as like good guy propaganda, but that's not like a deal breaker. It's not even barely even an issue really. Um, I love the animation. I love the action. I love the stories. I love the acting. It's just a really fun series overall. Like I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Cool, cool. I give it a 4.5 out of 5 myself. I think the tiniest gripe I have is just the choice of animation, and you know, it wasn't like it's terrible by any means. It still looks really good. Just it could they even if the style they used, I feel like maybe could have been tightened up just a little bit. And so yeah, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. But all in all, I'm enjoying it. Can't wait to see what comes next, and hope for some interesting stuff down the line. So cool. And yeah, I mean, I will tell you, Jay, what you're saying makes sense to me in the sense that I would like to see like some villain stuff,
Yeah.
especially considering that it's interesting that you say that because people of course always have the like one of the I guess the biggest criticism you get about most MCU movies is that they don't do enough work on the villain side of things. They feel like many of the villains' motivations are kind of weak, or they're not like fleshed out enough as characters. And
Even
so it would be interesting to get some of those characters or some of those people give the actors some platform and the stories for those characters. That would be cool. What
even
do you say?
in the
Huh?
comics, like the what ifs in the last, they don't do a series fully like they used to, yeah, in the 80s and 90s, but they'll do like for every event, like what if Fear itself played out
Mm,
differently, like what if Civil War, like they do them for the big events, and you
right.
can just like sometimes like an event that I didn't get to read fully and enjoy, like I'll just read the what if because it tells me enough about how the event played out originally that I get it in that concise 48-page format, you know. And that happened to me with Fear itself. And then that's kind of how like this second episode of What If kind of did that, where they did a lot of stuff through conversation. Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
it explained to me like the Guardians movie essentially in a nutshell through just conversation, which I
Yeah.
thought was annoying because it's something I don't like, but from a what if standpoint, I can tolerate.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like the different versions of the characters were more entertaining to me than, like I said, the originals.
Yeah.
So, but also too, it was interesting. I think Oz, you were the one talking about how they got pretty much all the same actors,
Yeah.
and uh, that was the case. But like, it was noticeable that they weren't able, well, either weren't able to get or chose not to include Hugo Weaving, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah,
not
but
for Red Skull.
they got the Red Skull from Endgame or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, right. Which
Yeah,
I
Hugo
mean,
Weaving is the reason they couldn't get Hugo Weaving. He's
Yeah.
done.
He doesn't
yeah,
want to do Marvel stuff.
yeah. Well, yeah, but at the same time, it's like I'm sure. I don't know if it was strictly like I don't think Hugo Weaving. I don't. Has he actually said why he wouldn't do the stuff? Because
Because
I
it's not cinema.
Yeah, it was something like that.
really,
Yeah.
No, I
Like,
don't believe that.
It was along those lines. I don't remember his
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's like Hugo Weaving did friggin' V for Vendetta.
but that was years
Right.
ago.
And that was closer to cinema at that point.
I mean, okay, I guess.
And
I mean,
he
don't get me
loves.
wrong, I'm not saying like I love V for Vendetta. I'm just saying that it's like I don't like what's I don't know. There's a big difference between doing a Marvel movie and like The Matrix, but
Well, The Matrix is, for all intents and purposes, a original movie that was groundbreaking.
Okay, I mean, hey, but I feel like I could understand Hugo Weaving maybe being like, hey, I don't know if I want to reprise that role, especially for a bit part, if I got to sit in a makeup chair for however many hours, because I'm sure that's not fun. But you would have to do that for Endgame. You wouldn't have to do that for, the
I see.
Marvel animated joint.
Wait, we're completely wrong.
Yeah.
Apparently,
I don't believe I'm completely wrong.
Apparently,
Is it
playing the character. It's money. Because he said that the contract said he would get paid more each appearance, but because it becomes a voice acting, not a physical acting, they wanted to give him less.
No, there you go.
And so that's where the conflict started.
Yeah.
But he says he would have done it.
Greedy ass Disney.
Yeah. See? How's that? Oh, greedy ass Disney. Yeah, that is greedy.
Oh yeah, you're jumping into the front line to defend Disney.
No, I thought you were talking about Hugo Weaving. I was like, why would it be Hugo? But no, it's not. You're right. Like, it's not. You said Disney, not Weaving.
Yeah. I would never say greedy ass Weaving. Like, he knows what he's got.
Yeah, no, Hugo Weaving is still underrated, which is yeah, he's amazing. But yeah, that's unfortunate because I would have liked to see him like reprise that role, like on both ends.
Ugh.
But anyway, okay. Shall we move on and do some comic reviews?
Comic book
Review. Review.
Well, not like that, but like.
All right. Sinister War. It's the latest.
Why are we doing this month? Like, that was weird, right? Did anyone else like?
It's just what Larry read that week, and he's like, "We need to be talking about this."
Wait,
I mean, it's a 4-issue. It's a 4-issue series, right?
Yeah.
And so issue 3 came out today.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. Why didn't we wait until it was done? Like,
well, because we missed the first issue. Yeah, we should have waited till it was done.
It feels weird to review it on the release date of the 3rd issue of the third. Like, we're 75% in.
Yeah.
And we're going to review this. Like, we don't know how it ends.
Yeah.
We have an entire pre-production text for just these
right. Well, look, Larry, let me do some business here. Trevor and Chad are $1,000 a month patrons that get to read our pre-production text. Know that was a question posed in pre-production text. Larry said, "Should we talk about this?" Nobody answered, and we just went with it. Nobody said it sounds weird to do it. What your question you're having here, instead of introducing the comic, is the question you should pose in the pre-production text.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why we're doing it. It is weird that we're doing it right now, but the context makes it so.
So, did anyone read the issue 3?
I only read the 5th issue. Yeah.
Like, I'm the only one.
Yeah.
Okay. Spoiler alert. Like,
yeah, do it. It felt like a 1994 comic that they put extra pages with Mephisto in it. At least the first one.
It's Mephisto. It's been Mephisto all along.
Yeah. They just like went back and just put a couple panels of Mephisto and Doctor Strange sprinkled throughout the issue of what I read from a Thrifties, like waiting for my ice cream.
But Mary Young, tell us about this book. What is Spider-Man Sinister War?
Zoom in on there.
Listen, so Spider-Man Sinister War is the latest event book in the Spider-Man universe, and it is a book about Peter Parker, Spider-Man, basically getting caught between multiple groups of his foes trying to kill him, seemingly all at the behest of, is it Kindred?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. At the behest of Kindred. And
Or Harry.
Huh?
His name is Harry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you know, his persona. He doesn't well, he's possessed by a demon, right? It's a demon entity possessing Harry. And the demon is called Kindred.
Listen. Look, here's the thing. It's like I mean, as far as I can tell, or at least from what I've read, the book, like that story, or what I presented as the plot of the book, is what is the driving force behind the book. I know that there's more, but yeah, you don't get a lot of it, at least from what I've read. But at the same time, I've only read almost 2 issues. I didn't get through all of issue 2. So yeah, but what did you all think of it? I know, Mo, you kind of touched on what you thought of it. You want to? Oh, actually, you know what? Let me go to Oz. Oz,
I'm gonna go pee real quick.
No, it's too late.
Huh?
No, it's too late. It's ruined. I don't know why I write these bits and had a whole. The book's fine.
The summary. He wanted to do the summary of it.
Well, oh, you didn't say you.
I'm
wanted
pretty
to come
sure
in
before we went on the air, I said, "Hey, when we get to this book, start with me." I had a whole thing about Sinestro and Jeff Johns and Ethan Van Skeever, and I was gonna just keep on going.
Oh, you wanted to do the intro?
Yeah, I had a whole thing about the Sinestro War.
He said he was gonna kick off the topic.
Whatever, it's ruined now. The book's fine. I liked it. What are we doing next?
I'm sorry, Oz.
Well, just give your rating.
No.
You can just go home and play with your beautiful dog.
4. There. Art's fine. I don't know why Red Nightmare was there. Y'all think is Mephisto, but it's Red Nightmare. I'm telling you. I don't know when Osborn turned into Doc Ock, Red Hood tentacle thing. I don't know what was happening there, but okay, whatever.
That's Nick's
not one yellow ring in this whole book.
Oh, Mo.
Yes.
What did you think? Wait.
No, I didn't. I mean, yes, but no. Like it's in the bottle.
It's in the bottle. Just don't drink it.
There's footage on it on our OnlyFans. You know, I like reading Spider-Man books, and I like simplistic Spider-Man books. An exclusive contract for a high commodity like Nick Spencer shouldn't be giving me simplistic Spider-Man books, and this was that. And I haven't been read. I liked what he did at the first 12 issues of show or so. With Ryan doing the art, I enjoyed that, and honestly, like it was cool, but the art was really what I enjoyed the most. Mm-hmm. And Bagley, as much as I like that classic Bagley stuff, it just looks dated. Like he hasn't been able to adapt. And I mean, we've said this every time he draws a Spider-Man book or I mean, that's pretty much all he's good for, I think. And I don't want to talk down on him because he draws better than I could ever dream of drawing, and I'm happy he has a career in it. But when you got an event like this, I mean, you take I know some people hated Dan Slott's. I think Nick Spencer hated Dan Slott, and
well, his run, not him as a person. Right?
I think he hates him as a person. Like this seems like okay, you put the pandemic response team, I'm gonna end it for the budget, and that's what it seems like to me. What Nick Spencer did with Spider-Man, compared to what, but you look at Spider Island as an event and the art on that, even on the ancillary books, like, and you look at Sinister War. I mean, just look at the covers of Sinister War.
Yeah,
it's like it's almost like Sony's gonna get the rights to the movies fully, and you're not gonna have MCU Spider-Man anymore. You're like, let's just give them the shittiest shit we can. Now, I'm not saying that this is a shitty book. It's a perfectly fantastic book for a 12-year-old Spider-Man fan. It's their chance to do the get rid of the one moment in time thing. But they've done well without it. They've done great without it so far. Like, if anything, like him not having to come home to his wife has changed Peter Parker and his drive and his freedom to do all these things as Spider-Man that that takes him to a whole other part of the stratosphere. Took over Horizon Labs, Parker Industries, all that shit. And here it's like they're trying to bring it back. And it's like, I mean, I get it. Like, ultimately, all the roads lead to home, which should be the 5th Spider-Man movie. MCU.
All roads lead to home.
Yeah. But yeah, but reading this, like, I enjoyed it, but it's not like, oh man, I should have been reading, like, I always think I should be reading Nick Spencer's Spider-Man, and but I don't. I read enough of it, and I enjoyed it, but it just seems like nothing's happening. And this one's supposed to be the one where it feels like something's happening. It's Sinister War, and I can take it or leave it.
I mean, something happens, but he's not really involved.
Well, again, this might be a Joe thing where he's read beyond the first issue, and but it's all about Mary Jane here, and then the deal he struck with Mephisto, and then Doctor Strange is in the casino with Mephisto. Then they're essentially playing like Job, the trials of Job with Peter Parker, and it's like, I hate that. That's my least favorite part of the Bible, and it's and I hate it. Yeah, because it's like, it doesn't matter if God says the devil can torment you; it can torment you even if you believe in God. So what's the fucking point? Yeah. But this isn't a eschatology podcast, so but yeah, so he's doing this, and then I didn't get to finish reading that Doctor Strange series where he was trying to take over that tower in Las Vegas. So I guess he failed. So spoilers for me. Because that's where they're at now in Mephisto's tower. Like, that's they're trying to take that down in that series, which is a great series. But now I saved myself $8 to finish the last 2 books.
I mean, maybe he's still in there trying. Like, that's where they're gambling.
It's been 5 years.
Jay, what did you think, Sinister War?
I loved it. Like, I really enjoyed the artwork. I love the story. Like, it actually almost kind of plays out like one of those deathmatch battle royale stories that I love. And you know what? I really love the character interactions in this book. Like, you get a lot of them, and I think they're all really cool, really fun. Yeah, like, it's just something I really enjoy, and Yeah, I had a good time with it.
Okay. Yeah. For me, um, I I also felt like how Mo felt in the sense like the book just felt dated. And I understand that I'm coming into this not having read Spider-Man regularly, which you know I I definitely understand that I should any book I get I would get more out of if I'm reading like say the series lead up. However, I do feel like this book it doesn't read very friendly to somebody like say if I just picked it up, which is what basically happens because even though I've been buying Nick Spencer's Spider-Man, I haven't been reading it. And it's like um I know that Kindred is a thing, but I don't know anything about Kindred. And I don't learn anything about Kindred after reading like basically 2 issues of this, other than Kindred's name is Harry. you know, so like I don't know why Kindred has the power to influence Spider-Man's villains, or if I'm assuming it's some sort of influence. I guess technically it could you could just be paying them. I don't know. They don't really tell me, or um and the other part of it, which I was a little surprised by, is like I think of Spider-Man as having a pretty deep bench in regards to his rogues gallery, right? Like Spider-Man, like Spider-Man has a lot of classic villains, um, but the way they kind of break them up in these groups, I feel like doesn't necessarily showcase them in their best light. I guess is what I'm feeling. Like,
Really?
yeah,
Like
like I
you
don't.
didn't like the Hydro Man Shocker team up?
Yeah, that's definitely a highlight. That was cool. And I like that they called it the hydroelectric damned or
Right.
whatever. That that was cool. Like that was that's a cool move, and that's a cool name, and that was a cool moment. I can't knock that by any stretch of the imagination, but I feel like that was one moment in an otherwise like kind of lackluster kind of deal. Like I'm like
And then
even
he ruins it by saying that should keep him shook for a while.
I mean,
That's literally the next thing he says.
it is true. It's true. So, but I
I
guess
also
more than
like
okay.
there's also like a cool bit with the Taskmaster when he goes up against Kindred, which
Okay,
that was pretty good.
I didn't get that far. I don't think
Oh, oh, that might have
so.
happened in 3.
Yeah,
No,
but
actually, no. It's from issue 2. It's from the same issue, but you
okay.
didn't get to the end of issue 2. You're like at the beginning.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So, so
So we have him doing like I know we talked about this during the Black Widow review, like uh how he's like better when he's doing like the quips and the smart remarks.
hmm
So we have here him Kindred like basically calling him Daddy McDetterson of the Massachusetts McDettersons.
I say that all the time.
yeah, I don't know. I guess for me, I'm like that. I mean, maybe in context that would do better for me, but I'm just like, yeah, that's
Well,
not even.
who drew that
Huh?
issue? Who drew that issue?
That's not
The
Bagley
same
too.
guy.
Same
Oh
guy?
wait, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
It doesn't look like Bagley or Bagley, as I like to say.
I'll double check.
But like, I guess when like I feel like Doc Ock Sinister Six facing off against Vulture's Savage Six. Like, that should feel epic.
Yeah.
And it didn't.
The thing is, we've gone so many strides with Dr. Octopus right now, where at the very least, the art for Dr. Octopus should look more impressive in this type of epic story, and it didn't.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, I was very disappointed in like the super classic kind of Doc Ock look, where I'm like, yeah, it felt like he's so far past that. And I don't know, like, again, I haven't been reading current Spider-Man, so I don't know like where Doc Ock, what he's been or how he got back to that state, because the last
he cloned the body.
The body
somebody was some I forget, it was a goblin, I forget which one, was trying to get him to like do something bad and to make him a villain again, and then kill somebody. And I think he ended up cloning his old body and putting his mind back into it, and then killing the clone that had his personality, the black-haired one. And that's how he got and that's how he got back into his body without the cancer, and somehow also forgot all the Spider-Man knowledge that he had.
Yeah,
that's bad. Like, with that last phrase you said, that he lost that too, that ruined it. Because at the very least, like, I'm good with all of that. I don't see why that design has to be the old ugly design. Like, we had so many cool designs. Like, you could have gone with the animated design where he has plate armor for no reason. Like, yeah. Like, there's no need why, like, Scorpion doesn't need to look like that. Scorpion, we've had so many strides with Scorpion already, you know. Mysterio has to look like that because Mysterio's a classic look, is iconic. Like, you can't do anything else. And plus, the showman that he is, like, he would keep something like that. But yeah. Who else looked bad? Rhino. I mean, Rhino's another classic one. He looks fine the way he is. Electro, like, I love Electro's look, like, with that star. I love that. So
I don't like those little tiny Morpheus glasses he's got.
Yeah, but that's the classic thing when he was handling nuclear shit. Like, they're like,
I thought it was like goggles back then. This is like,
but yeah,
no, I don't like this Doc Ock.
At least go with like the McFarlane one where he was just wearing a white suit, you know, like Kingpin type suit, and he had that
Doc Ock.
I don't like how buff he is too.
Yeah, well, everybody look.
He's a scientist. I know it's comics, but he's a scientist.
Well, not only that, but he also has arms to do all the other work, so his regular arms don't have to do it. Like, that's why I love Spider-Man Reign, because it's like the arms like took over the body. The AI in the arms took over the body because the body died. So he's just dead, and the arms are doing everything. Still the same hate for Spider-Man, 50 years into the future.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, honestly,
the haircut, like, at least change the haircut. That bowl cut, come on. At least give him a perm. Like, that's in now. That bowl cut with a perm is in now. Like, people love that.
Even Guy Gardner got rid of that hair.
And see, he shouldn't have, because that's iconic. Like, as angry as he is, like, he should be angry about his hair, and that will fuel all his motivations.
Lou Pacino gave him like long hair and a goatee, and I thought it was gonna be stupid, and then like I'm sitting there trying to purchase that art.
Well, that looked pretty good.
Yeah, it just, I don't know, just the book really didn't do it for me.
Not like this Ed Begley Jr. or whoever did these books.
It does feel like a 1990s Spider-Man book, which is not a bad thing actually, but I think you hit the nail on the head, Mo, where it's like, it does feel like a book that is like, for a reader that is like 12. And it's not to say that there's like, I love all ages Spider-Man books. What? Why are you? What you mad about, Jay? What
Look,
you mad?
Yo, you got to
Why
learn
you mad,
composition.
son?
Don't do your fingers sideways. Do them straight up, so we know that it's the middle finger. I thought you were like pointing at yourself, like I'm a 12-year-old dude. There, more straight. Another
Tell
one.
him
Yeah,
why you
there we
mad,
go. Yeah,
son.
stick
Tell
out
him
your
why you
thumb
mad.
so it's like a gun.
Got
Yeah,
your thumbs.
fuck gun. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, you call him a 12-year-old dude.
I didn't call Jay a 12-year-old dude.
Well, it's a book for him.
It's written for people that are 12. Like this 5 out of 5 book is not for people that are 12. Like I'm not 12 anymore. We already went over this earlier in the show.
Yeah, he's 39.
I wish.
What is Kindred's deal?
Basically infecting the bad guys so that basically he wants them to go to hell. So he's infected them
With
with
centipedes?
yeah, millipedes technically.
Oh.
I mean, I didn't count the legs, but
yeah, he's infected them with millipedes. They're eating to their brains, and if they kill Spider-Man, I think they get like a reward in hell.
Dang. Okay.
now Kindred, is he inhabiting Osborn, or does he have the consciousness of Osborn? Because I saw a panel where it's like mummified Osborn sitting there next to some chick. I haven't been reading Spider-Man since the good one became Doc Ock again.
I can't explain that to you myself, but what I do know is that one of his drives is to make Spider-Man pay.
Well,
for
yeah,
his
that's
choices.
anybody in a Spider-Man comic.
No, but this one specifically, the consequence of the accountability for like his choices, and that kind of plays well with the whole Mephisto thing. But it's like, there's ways to do it properly or well, and I look, as much as Joe loved this, he can agree that it's not done well. The whole accountability with Spider-Man thing.
That no.
Yeah.
But like I said, I love the character interactions. I love the teams. Dude, I love the Sinister Syndicate, where they have a 7th person, and they're like arguing about it because they're like, ideally they would have 6, but they have a 7th, and they're talking about the alliteration works still, and like it's just fun.
Because Syndicate doesn't have a numerical value, right?
Right.
That's part of the
why they
argument.
have 7 instead of
Yeah.
6.
And you know what? I think they actually had that argument in like 1995.
Back when we were 12.
Yeah. It's like I wasn't reading Age of Apocalypse because I was reading them have an argument in Mr. Hayes' health class.
I wasn't even 12 then.
Yeah.
I was 15 technically.
Yeah, me too.
Close enough. What?
And
Okay.
so, Jay, you feel like, does the book get better as you get further into it?
Honestly, I've been like amped since pretty much the beginning. Like for me, it just started high, it started big, and it's maintained throughout.
Got it.
Like I never saw any part as like slow or yeah, like it just started off really good for me, and it just stayed really good.
Man, this sounds like it's something we should talk about when it's finished and complete, and can all discuss the entire arc as a whole.
I know it was funny because I thought we were at the halfway point. Like I bought the issues when we talked about it. There were only 2 issues out then, And I normally read on the day of, well, not normally, like about half and half. I read on the day of the show, just so it's fresh in my mind. And then when I got to the end, book 3 was there, and I was like, it just seems weird that we would do this on the date of book 3's release.
Yeah, man,
But I
gotta
was
keep
glad
ahead.
that I got to read more. Like I said, I was enjoying it, so I was definitely glad to have another piece of the story available for me. And then I was a little disappointed when number 4 wasn't there. And then I checked the date when 3 came out, and it was like today.
Look, man, anybody can do a story at the beginning. Anybody can do a story once it's done. We do the story 3/4 of the way through because we're original like that.
Yeah.
That's the kind of amazingness you get from us.
I'm over here not trying to suggest Reptilian because we missed the first issue mark and it's on like 3.
That's the Batman story, right?
I wanted Larry to ask what Reptilian is.
Well, look,
But-
you guys fucked up my joke. I'll fuck up yours.
I'm I'm fully aware of Reptilian and
I
all
know.
of its significance.
But
It's about time for us to talk about it because I think book 2 just came out, right?
and well, Hans and Trevor know from our pre-production text at the tier they pay in Patreon that Larry asked, "What's Reptilian?" And I'm like, "Do you even like comics?" Which is what I wanted to say on the air.
To be fair, we were talking about Morris at the time, and it's not a Morris book.
Morrison?
Morrison, sorry.
Call that fool Morris. I like it though.
Yeah, that's
You
If
got
you-
downgraded. You're not Morrison anymore. You're just Morris.
After what he's done to my beloved Green Lanterns. Yeah, he's Morris.
Yeah.
I was
But
showing
speaking of which, if you hit like, subscribe, and the bell, you'll get notified when you get the one shot for Batman Reptilian because I'm reviewing that in the one shot.
And Morris.
It's already shot, but I'm gonna do what Bagley did and just insert a commentary that I forgot to put in, and yeah, so it'll be like Mephisto in there. I might cosplay as Mephisto just for the fun of it.
Oh, Liam Sharp drew it.
Yeah, that's why I thought like because that combination to me felt like a Morrison, like the next thing they did, because I was more invested in the Sharp than the Ennis doing Batman, but more of the Sharp doing Batman.
Right, like Snyder and Capullo is what you
Right, exactly. So it's like if it's that team doing a Batman one, like I was in when they announced it when he messaged me on the Facebook because we're friends. I was excited. And but it's Garth Ennis. And look, if you watch the review, you'll see like Garth Ennis doing Batman. I mean, you would think. But yeah, you gotta watch the review to find out.
Indeed. All right, well, shoot. Let's rate Sinister War. Let's start with you, Jay. What would you rate Sinister War?
I would give it a 5 out of 5. I love the art, the story, the characters. Absolutely nothing to dislike about this book.
Do you even like the other artists?
Yeah.
Okay.
Moses Magnum, what would you rate Sinister War?
I would give it a 3 out of 5. I mean, it's a good Spider-Man story. It's just like if you tell me like, oh, they're doing Return of the Spider Slayers again, and it's like, okay, I know what I'm getting. It's this, and that's kind of with Sinister War. That's kind of what I felt. It's like, okay, it's another like rehash of something I've seen already, and that's kind of what I got. Like, it's not when you talk about Dan Slott's, this clone conspiracy. Like he's doing the clone saga again, and Dan Slott did it. Like he took everything they did in the '90s, redid it, and did it fucking amazingly, and fixed all the problems they had. And here it's like they just redid it and inserted pages of Mephisto and Doctor Strange talking about it. So yeah, it's a 3 out of 5.
Oz, what would you rate Sinister War?
I got distracted by a reptilian, man. Each panel is like a painting.
It is. It actually is.
Like Alex Ross would be jealous
Yeah.
because they're good.
Yeah. No, it's look. Hey, stop! Don't talk about it because that's about the
Well, you started talking about something interesting as opposed to this book. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna go 4 because I really can't find like any reason to hate it. It's well drawn. It's well written. I'm not well, 'cause like I said, my Spider-Man is superior, and he's gone now. And the travesty that pops out in this story, it's just I don't know, not into it. But I can't find any major fault with it. I can't sit here and say, "Oh, is the art's crap or is poorly written." It's not. And just because I don't like something doesn't mean you, the reader, the people watching the show, wouldn't enjoy it. Especially if you're a Spider-Man fan. If you've been reading Spider-Man, pick her up.
Look, you cut that shit right out. We're in the business of telling people what to like. So you just tell them what you feel and don't apologize for it. They're gonna make their decisions.
I feel like it's a classic Spider-Man story, and if that's what you like, then you'll buy it. I'm not too into that, so it's not for me.
Okay.
The end.
I'm gonna give it 2.5. It's not like it's terrible. I just wasn't feeling it.
2.5 sounds like it's terrible.
No, it's
I
adequate.
agree.
Well, you know what though?
3 was adequate. Like anything below 3 is like it's garbage, right?
No, it's a passing grade. It's just not, I mean, I graduated with a less GPA than that.
Here's the thing. It's like it's a competently told story from Nick Spencer. It's an adequately drawn story, like what's happening for the most part. Panel from Mark Bagley. It's just that it's not either one of their best works, in my opinion.
What would make it? Because I feel like 3 is adequate.
I think I think I can put it in a term that could. I think almost everybody here can answer. Maybe not Oz, but Joe. If they told you that the guy that wrote Infinite Vacation and Forgetless, Larry, if they told you the guy that wrote Infinite Vacation, Morning Glories, Forgetless, wrote Spider-Man, would this be the story you would expect from that?
Absolutely not.
Look, that makes it a 2.5. I changed mine to a 2.5. Like just Nick Spencer. We talked earlier about lowering the bar. When you go from a Dan Slott to Nick Spencer, it's like I always say you never want to be the guy that replaces the rock star. The main dude. You want to be the guy that replaces the guy that failed at doing it. And Nick Spencer is a dude that you could be like, you know what? He could replace him.
Yeah.
And he can't.
And and even especially like, I will say that
if I tell you that the guy that wrote Morning Glories, Forgetless, Infinite Vacation, wrote Spider-Man, what would you say?
Pick a book I've read.
Yeah, that's why
you've read all those.
No,
at least a little
he didn't. That was when he wasn't on the show because he was working. Yeah.
Oh, you should read Morning Glories. It's really good.
It is really good. It never finished though, right?
None of those finished because that's when he started working for Marvel.
Damn, that's sad.
Infinite Vacation didn't finish, and and that's part of why I'm so salty when I read a Nick Spencer Marvel book too. But I stopped being salty about that like 4 or 5 years ago when he was doing like Iron Man and shit and Secret Avengers.
But Infinite Vacation finished like an arc at least though, right? didn't it? Like
Yeah.
it was supposed to have more, but
like maybe you'll go to Substack and we'll get it.
We'll go to Substack, exactly.
Runaways meets Lost. I'm out. I don't like either one of those two. Why would I want to read them?
Comics.
It's still.
You would like Morning Glories.
I mean, that's literally the way Nick Spencer describes it.
We're literally giving him 2.5 at him telling you something, so he doesn't know how to explain it right, like Larry.
Wait a minute now. Look, I'm just saying, but that realistically, it's like I remember reading Nick Spencer's initial Spider-Man issues when he first came. That the ones you were just talking about, Mo, and
right.
They were at the very least like they were definitely like anti Dan Slott.
Yeah.
Like as far as like the type of stories that he was telling. Yeah. And I know that there was like a whole segment of people that were like, oh no, this feels more like classic Spider-Man, and that's why they liked it. And
I don't get why people hate Dan Slott's run.
I don't understand it either.
It's because he turned it into Doctor Who. Like he turned it into a science adventure book, which it fits Spider-Man because he's a scientist. Yeah. Like his whole thing. That's the whole reason. Like he doesn't, he has a super strength and everything, but more often than not, he uses his brain to fight.
Mm-hmm. Or his heart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His heart.
No, it's true. Spider-Man powers through stuff though. Like
I just saw the Rick and Morty episode with Captain Planet and they're missing heart. Picture Spider-Man going up heart. It's a good episode. You guys should watch Rick and Morty. That's a good show. I don't know if
I'm surprised we haven't talked about it.
Like a lot of people aren't feeling this season, but I've been loving it.
This season is amazing.
Yeah, it's the best season. Well, I won't say it's the best season so far, but I can tell you this: the episode, not the sperm one, but the one before it. What was the one before it?
Which one?
The sperm
one.
Yeah.
The one before that was the Gotron.
No, that was after.
Was that after?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Because they had the Hellraiser one.
Oh right.
There was one episode, like I think 3 or 4 episodes in the season. Like, man, this is an amazing episode. And it's the greatest episode I've ever seen. And then we get to the finale, or what I think is the finale, because judging by Bad Batch, I don't know what finales feel like anymore.
There's a 1 hour finale on the 5th.
Yeah, I think like mid-season or something right now.
No, we're on 10 episodes already, right?
Yeah, this is the finale of this season is on the 5th.
Right, and then we just had one last Sunday. That's the pre-finale.
Did we have one last Sunday?
Yeah, the one with I figured we didn't because that's why I thought it was the finale. I guess they took a break.
Right, we didn't have one last Sunday. We had one.
The one with Birdman, with
the
bird person. That I felt was like the greatest Rick and Morty episode I've ever seen.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. So it's like I said, I'm not a good judge of predicting finales. Because that 2-parter of Bad Batch felt like a finale to me. Like, I'll come back next season. Yeah. And then I follow Joe on Twitter, and there's like 3 episodes left that I haven't seen.
Yeah.
And then he's talking shit about Final Countdown.
I just realized I like Dan Slott because he made Superior.
Yeah. Yeah. That look and everything led to that. That's the beauty of it. Like you can pinpoint the panel where it happened, and then you don't see it for like 40 issues. Mm-hmm. So then when you go read so you read everything up to when you realize that Parker is gone and Octavius is in the body, and then you read those issues, those 40 issues or 20 issues or whatever again, and it's a different experience reading them again.
Right. Yeah,
I'll tell you the moment Slott like got me was that book, and we talked about it when it happened. But there was the story was happening. Superior disappears and then reappears like he's saying mid sentence, and then months down the line, I think it might have even been like a year and a half.
Yeah,
like a 4-part story comes out where you get this is what happened, and like it ends with him being pulled out mid sentence, and it was just like he set this whole thing up this whole time.
And the thing is, even like the weird physics things that he does for that time travel thing and all that, he did in like a one shot where it's just the guy that works at Horizon and Peter like accidentally go through a time door. So it sets up the physics on how it's possible for all that shit to happen. And look, we might even be in a different universe this whole time because of Dan Slott. Like Nick Spencer's thing is actually what happened before, like one moment in time, because Dan Slott laid the groundwork for like everything you saw for Dan Slott is an alternate universe.
Yeah. Also, too, I think the other reason why I think I have to give it a 2.5 is just because it doesn't do a great job of like bringing you up to speed.
Yeah. I honestly, with the internet and stuff, I can't hold the books to that. But it used to be a point of like, okay, if I can just jump into this book, that gives it a point. Like they do a good job of like, I know what I don't, especially an event book, they do a really good job. And now that I'm, learning from a master on how to write comics, like that's one of the things, like you got to read the first few pages of anything you like and see how it makes you feel, like in terms of letting you know what you need to know and how they do it. That was my homework assignment that I missed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
But that's the thing where it's like it'd be one thing if like even if they did like a recap beforehand, like I read those, like I would read the recap and be like, oh, okay, I get what's happening now, or I guess all the main players. But it's like I read especially like the first issue and I was just like, okay, why is this happening like this? Like no one wants to tell me why. And I'm like, okay, well, that's fair. But it's like I don't mind like not knowing things. I guess more so it's like it should feel as though either you're gonna tell me down the line or that I don't need to know all the details. But it doesn't feel like that. It feels like I'm missing something and I missed some prerequisite reading. And that's unfortunate because I'm just like I don't know anything about Kindred other than Kindred is a thing, Like I feel like if I wasn't buying the Spider-Man books beforehand, like I bought them, but I haven't read them. If I wasn't buying those and I didn't know that Kindred was a villain from beforehand, I would buy this and I'd just be like, wait, so why Kindred? Like what is Kindred? Like what? Like, is that Kindred? The millipede? The centipede? Like, so, but yeah. So, I don't know. I gotta give it 2.5. I would like to have given it more, but.
I know, I'm coming into this fresh. I haven't read Spider-Man in a while.
Yeah. But you like random stuff happening in your books.
I kind of do.
I know. You're like, oh, good. They're like, millipedes are here. It was like, why? Why are millipedes here? Like, what is the connection to millipedes to, like, you told me, Jay, that apparently the millipedes are burrowing into the people's brains or whatever, right? The book doesn't tell me that.
Yeah, I didn't get that at all.
And it doesn't show you that.
Right.
That might have been an issue 3 thing.
Oh, well.
And I'm not sure.
But
it might have been issue 2 and you just didn't you just skip past it. Like I know sometimes.
Do we actually see a millipede going into the brain?
That's what millipedes do, right? They burrow into your brain and take control. Like
I'm saying
that.
No, Kindred says it. Like Kindred says that's what's happening when he does his whole speech to the villains. Like, yeah, you guys have millipedes burrowing into your brains, and it would be better for you to kill Spider-Man before you die. Like he basically says that.
But that should be an issue 1 thing, shouldn't it? At least, or
I don't know.
I mean, unless you read the book
It
when
is-
Hendrick comes out.
Our time is up. We should get into our final thoughts.
well, there it is.
No news again this week.
Nothing important's happening.
I don't know, man. The comic book industry is changing.
Yeah.
the comic book industry is changing, so there's some stuff happening.
No one cares.
Man. All right. Oz, why don't you give me your final thoughts?
Tomorrow at some point, my review of the first 3 episodes of Titans, which it's my first time reviewing a TV show as a one shot. And I mentioned this in the video, but why should you watch it? Well, because look, I watch a lot of other people try to do their reviews and stuff. And, I want to get their opinion, see what other people think. Because I'm, DC guy, I'm a little bit biased. And lately, all the people that I used to watch are getting like full season advanced episodes, which means I can't trust their opinion, because now if they criticize the show, they lose that deal they got with whatever company they're working for. So if you want an honest review from just a dude watching the show, check out my reviews coming tomorrow.
Nice. Let's go, Jay. Final thoughts.
Like I mentioned earlier, we do have a Discord server. Come hang out. We'll be hanging out there. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun time.
Moses Magnum, final thoughts.
Yeah, like I said, there's stuff coming down the line. I got the Batman Reptilian review. I got man, I'm on my 3rd Oz's package. So I handled this package 3 times. I keep coming back for more. So there's 2 more coming. Well, I haven't even done the first one. So yeah, you're gonna get a load of Oz's package when I'm done. And yeah, so there's that. And you're only gonna get that if you subscribe and like and hit the bell. And yeah, and let us know what you thought about Suicide Squad or anything. You can hit us up, because that's pre-production for us, so it helps us. I want to know what you think about these things in the comment sections of things all over the internet.
There it is. Mo pretty much said it all. So I just want to thank you all for hanging out with us. We do appreciate each and every one of you. Do continue to interact. Let us know what you think in chat. Hit us up in comments after the show as you listen or whatnot. Tell us what you like, what you didn't like. We're the Fantastic Forum, and we'll be back next week.